Hello, Rebel, and welcome back to my life. So my wife has a habit of finding a new song or a new album that she really loves and then playing that song or album on repeat until I want to throw myself out of a window. But I can't really complain about it too much because I can be the same way when it comes to certain movies, and for the last week, that's been me with Avengers Infinity War. I've seen it 3 times, except that by the time I publish this video, I might have finagled a way to see it again. More than once. It really hit me in a way that I was not at all expecting, and frankly, I wasn't prepared for. So here are 3 thoughts about Avengers Infinity War after the video I already made last week. The first 2 are no spoilers, and the third one is a spoiler, but I will announce that when I come to it. First thought, yeah, it's my new favorite Marvel movie, and that's a big deal. In all the first 10 years of the MCU, Iron Man has remained my favorite Marvel film. I've recognized that there were other films that were probably technically better, but Iron Man was still my favorite. Part of that is Robert Downey Jr. I just love the guy. Part of it is undoubtedly the fact that it was the first movie, and I didn't think this whole Marvel film thing was going to work, and Iron Man was therefore so shocking that it set an impossibly high standard for other films to live up to. And I think that's a big clue as to why Infinity War is my new favorite. It was shocking. In the last 10 years, I'd been lulled into a false sense of security about what I thought I was going to see from every Marvel film, and Infinity War shattered my expectations. Second thought, structurally speaking, this is probably one of the most impressive films ever. This film had to do something that a lot of films have had to do in the past, but which it had to do more and bigger, which was take an incredibly large cast and make them all feel, if not vital, then at least real. We didn't see an equal amount of every superhero in this movie, but even the ones who we didn't see all that much of, and I imagine we're going to see a lot more of them in next year's Infinity War Part 2, felt real and legitimate and had a good moment for us to enjoy. And considering they included virtually every major superhero from all the last 10 years of films, some are missing, though I won't say who, that's an incredible achievement. As a writer, and especially as a writer of epic fantasy who is literally attempting to create a universe just like Marvel's, this film is the best possible case study of how to do it right. Okay, spoiler time. My third thought is a spoiler. I very unusually disagree with Movie Bob about the emotional beats of this film. My favorite film critic, Movie Bob, said he didn't like how the movie used the same emotional beats several times of, in order to stop Thanos, I have to do something that will be very emotionally traumatic to me personally. And this, of course, refers to the various people throughout the film who have to face the choice of sacrificing other people, usually loved ones, to keep Thanos from getting one of the Infinity Stones. Now, on my first viewing, I agreed. I thought the beat was overused. But after having seen it 2 more times in a week, I think it's probably the most brilliant thing the filmmakers could have done. Because the characters don't actually face the same emotional choice. The people who struggle with this choice are Loki, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Captain America, Star-Lord, Gamora, Doctor Strange, and Thanos himself. And watching the different ways that struggle manifested to each of them and the ultimate solution each of them came up with for it was like storyteller crack for me, because it wasn't exactly the same for any of them and none of them responded in the same way. Whenever you put a theme in your story, you want to explore as many different iterations and permutations of that theme as you can, but you're always limited by how many people you can tell that complete story about. But Infinity War got to play the same idea out with 8 different characters who had 8 different backstories that we already know, and that's just not something you could have done in any other film than this one. I can't stop thinking about it, and I really need someone to talk to about it before my wife throws herself out of a window. That's all I've got for you today, Rebel. Check out my Patreon somewhere around here if you want to support all the videos I make on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!